Alright guys, how's it going? Welcome back. Well, I'm back in the UK after spending a couple of days in Spain. And I think anyone who owns their own business can relate to this, but your first day back after being away is stressful. You're just constantly playing catch up. You always seem to have missed loads and you can't help but feel slightly guilty for going away in the first place. Anyway, I've just been to the garage and picked up some sets of keys, I'm now like a jailer, for the cars that have arrived in my absence. The first one is a Volvo XC90, which I've bought for just £1,200, which makes that possibly the cheapest XC90 in the UK. The second is for a Lexus IS, which I've bought for just 750 quid. The other is a Land Rover Discovery 4, but the subject of today's video is the XC90. Let's go and have a look then, shall we? Bear in mind this is just 1,200 quid. My bar isn't exactly set high. My expectations are quite low. When I inquired about its condition, I was told, well, it runs. So there we go. One thing that's annoying in the facelifted Range Rover, there's nowhere to put my sunglasses. There's nowhere up here. There used to be a pouch down here in the old L405, the pre-facelift, but that's gone. First world problems. What I'm hoping for with this XC90 is a quick wash and vacuum out, and then I should be able to get £1,500 for it easily. If I can't get £1,500 for a Volvo XC90, then I think it's about time that I hung up my barber jacket and my glasses guidebook and retired. Should be easily doable. Tenemos dos llaves, so we're off to a flying start. 2 keys are always a good sign. Right then, I'll see you in 5. Well, here we are then. It's very beige and the headlamps are cloudy, which tells me it's done a fair few miles. Looks alright though. There's a slight dent or crease on the passenger side rear door. Could do with a set of reg plates. It's a Hampshire car. I think those headlamps would buff back. Right, let's do a vehicle history check. This is important, by the way. Before you buy a car, you should do a vehicle history check. I always use a company called Car Vertical. I'll leave the link below in the video description, so if you click that link and use the promo code HIGHPEAK, you'll get 10% off each and every vehicle check that you do. So all you do is go to carvertical.com, type in the vehicle reg, which is Hotel Victor 05, oh no, not 05, 55, Oscar Whiskey Echo, and then wait. A couple of minutes later, we've got the report back. The good thing is, because this is a 55 reg car, that falls in the low tax bracket, or lower tax bracket. Stops kicking in. So that will only be £350 a year to tax rather than £630. You know what, if that drives okay, I think I'm onto a win here. Right, so we've got the report back. No mileage fraud was disclosed. It's never been stolen, never been in any accidents, there's no outstanding finance on it. That's good. It was manufactured in January 2005, registered in the UK in September 05. It's got also all the previous MOT history. Let's see if there's any MOT on it. I'm praying there's at least 3 or 6 months. That would be a result. Ah, this is a result. Right, it was MOT'd in January this year. And it passed. It's advised on near side front brake pads wearing thin, near side front tyre close to the legal limit, offside plain steering rack, and an anti-skid message. Don't all Volvos of this era have an anti-skid message? At its last MOT, it had done 168,000 miles. That's not too high, is it, for a 17-year-old car? So it'll be on around about 170 odd, won't it? 175 perhaps. And Car Vertical have checked the databases of dozens of countries. It even gives you an approximate market value. So the approximate market value of this car is £1,640. It's automatic, diesel, all-wheel drive. I'm not a big fan of the XC90, as you'll know if you see my video with one. But for that sort of money, can't complain, can you? Right, let's go and have a walk around it then. I hope you don't hear too much wind noise now. Right, well that tyre is on, it's close to the limit actually. It's probably on 3.5, 4 mil. And it is a Goodyear Wrangler. Have we got a matching set? Another Goodyear Wrangler with about 5 mil of tread on. That one's better. The headlamps are crying out to be buffed back, and I think they will, you know. It wants a new set of reg plates, and it wants a good clean. That tyre isn't the best actually, is it? That's also a Goodyear Wrangler. That's very close to its limit. In fact, where's my little marker? yeah, it's sort of on the limit, that. I don't know what's gone on here. They've obviously driven through a big dirty puddle. There's a crease down that door, the bottom part of that door, which on this kind of car you wouldn't ever bother doing, really. Have we got a 4th Goodyear? Yeah, we do. Right, we've got matching tyres of a decent brand. That's a good sign. What's it like around the back? We've got a tow bar. We've got a rear plate there that doesn't match the rest, but the remote locking works. I think that's a bargain. An absolute bargain for £1,200. More beige. So we've got a beige exterior and a nice beige interior. Got a ripped driver's seat here, but we've got electric memory seats. Let me get in out of the wind. Got some wood trim here. Look at this, cup holders. This is actually an awful lot of car for the money. An awful lot of car. Let's fire her up. So it's done 172,000 miles. Radio 2, obviously. The beige Volvo. Anti-skid service required. What's the other message? Park assist service required and alarm system service required. Right, 30 miles of fuel left in the tank. Speaking of tanks, these are a proper tank. I'm quite impressed so far though. It's quite clean, isn't it? Doesn't smell of cigarettes or animals. Got storage there for your CDs. That's seen better days. I'll put that back down there and pretend I never touched it. Some more cup holders there, a bit Freelander-esque. Right, does the air conditioning work? Let's try this. It's quite a warm day today. We've got heated seats, powerful mirrors, which for some reason the button's down there in the wrong place. Oh, they work. This would do somebody for a year or two, this, and then you'd end up just scrapping it and getting most of your money back. Such a heavy car, I think you'd get 500 quid back in scrap. So that is the most recent MOT, which we know about thanks to our car vertical check. It's come all the way up from Poole. Not exactly a local car then. So we've got all the previous MOTs there. Have we got any service history? I know these are driven by a belt rather than a chain, so that needs to have been done really. In an ideal world. Got a Parrot hands-free kit. A tow bar sensor, they fitted some sort of relay there. Service handbook, here we go. This will either make this deal or break this deal. What have we got? Oh, it's looking good. Oh, look at that, I've just seen the word cam belt. Right. It was serviced, it had its PDI, then it had another one at 14,000, 23,000, 35,000, 48,000, 62,000, 77,000, 93, 102, 110. Cam belt replaced at 93, 2012. It's probably due another one, but at least it's had one. What else? Another one at 115, 125, 135. They've obviously done this themselves because there's no stamp, but at least they've used a different pen each time, so it makes me think they've actually genuinely done it each year rather than just written a load in to try and make it look like it's got full history. 140, 155, 161. 161 in December last year. December the year before last, right. It had a new battery as well. Well, if I believe that history, which I kind of do, Volvo owners don't lie, do they? We've probably got a half decent car here. Let's have a look under the bonnet then, shall we? Oh dear, that's the OBD reader, not the bonnet catch. Where's the bonnet catch on one of these? There it is. Let's knock this off and save some diesel. Do the struts work? No is the answer. Right, a big lump of an engine, isn't it? The old 2.4. I can't see any obvious oil leaks. Well, that looks quite honest, doesn't it? Apart from the struts. It's all quite dry underneath. Let's have a look in the boot. Look at this, look. Got a Nerf gun. Nerf dog. Does that throw tennis balls for your dog? Ah, right. Yes, and we've got a frisbee. I know somebody who can have those. That'd be perfect. The boot on these are huge, aren't they? And of course, it's a 7-seater. Tailgate folds like a Range Rover. Right then, well, let's go and take it for a drive. We never did check the air conditioning, did we? The air conditioning works, you know. This has been loved, this car. You can just tell. As I mentioned previously, I'm not a big fan of these cars, but at this sort of money, you really can't go wrong. If I was spending £10,000 on one of these cars, then I would just have a BMW X5 or a Mercedes ML or something instead. But at the lower end of the market, you can't knock them because they are very good at what they do, which is hauling you and your family around in comfort and safety. They're not great to drive though. Yeah, the noisy 2.4 litre diesel engine, which is powerful enough I suppose, but it does make a racket. The steering's always very loose and vague. I don't like the seating position, but listen, I'm not complaining too much. I think I've got a bargain here. Well, apart from all the error messages, the skid and the park assist and the low fuel, I think we're good. Pulls very well. Like I say, I can't believe that air conditioning works. So now we know it drives in a straight line, it's got a long MOT. I think what I'll do next is take it to the local car wash, get them to give it a quick mini valet. I'll order some new reg plates for it, and I'll have a go at buffing the headlamps as well. And I think we've got some profit here, ladies and gentlemen. What do you know? There's a first for everything. It's pulling slightly to the left. I think I might have to put a tyre on as well. Right, I'll catch up with you later then. Alright guys, well I've just picked up the Volvo XC90 from the mechanics. It's had its minor service done. It's had its 2 front tyres. They've replaced the bonnet struts and they did a general check over. Now there are a couple of things that needed attention, which is what you'd expect, isn't it, on a 17-year-old car done 172,000 miles. The front brake pads were almost down to the metal, so I've had those replaced. The front discs are a little bit worn, but they'll last one more set of brake pads. There's also an oil leak coming from the intercooler. Now initially I thought that was quite bad because there was oil everywhere, but they've cleaned it all up and it turns out it's just a minor leak. So I haven't had that done. It would have taken too long for them to do, so I haven't bothered doing that. Plus it's only a minor oil leak. You'd expect that on a 17-year-old four-wheel drive anyway, I think. So I picked it up from the mechanics and it now handles much better thanks to those 2 new tyres. Before they were very bald and it felt like I was driving on ice. Now it's much better. I then got the headlamps buffed. My mate Jim did that, so cheers Jim. And they now look like new. Then I took it to the local car wash and got a mini valet done. So it now looks very presentable. As I was driving this before, the air conditioning is ice cold by the way, and it's now 25 degrees. And I just thought, this has got some life left in it, this car. If you were to buy this, I'd do another cam belt because it's been 10 years since its last one. I'd service the gearbox, and then you've got a car then that will last you another 2 or 3 years if you keep maintaining it. It actually crossed my mind to keep this and use it as a winter runaround. What do the Americans call it? A beater. A winter beater. A winter beater. A winter beater. But joking apart, you could actually use this as a winter beater rather than taking your nice expensive car on the salty, horrible roads. See now, for example, a car's come and I've just gone completely off-piste. Do I care? Not a bit. Quite liberating, actually. Let's do it again, even though there's not a car coming. Oh yeah. It drives really well, this, you know, this old jalopy. And again. Cheers, cocker. You know what, that's not a bad idea actually, just keeping this for these horrible country roads. I'm saying that, where am I going to park it? Forget that idea. Forget it. Right, so I've advertised this as a part exchange to clear. I've prepared it, I've listed all the faults. I can't be more open and transparent. So we'll just wait for the phone to ring. I can't quite believe that, in fact, no, I'm getting ahead of myself here. Let's go through what I've spent. Let me find somewhere to park up. Right, so I had a oil filter and oil change done. The oil was £35, the oil filter was £8. The front brake pads were £39, the labour was £80, and the two tyres were £75 each, that's £150. So the total was £312, plus the VAT, which was £62.40, so my grand total was £374.40. The two bonnet struts cost me £18, the mini valet cost me £15, in fact let me add this up, £374.40 for the mechanical work, £18 for the bonnet struts, £16 for the numplates, £15 for the mini valet, £20 to buff the headlamps. That's £443.40. Add that to the £1,200 purchase price, so £1,643 this car owes me. I think that's a bargain. £1,643. If I can get anywhere near 2 1/4 for it, that will give me a profit of £500 and £600. It doesn't sound like fortunes, does it? But little and often, little and often. And if I'm completely transparent with my advert, I don't think I'll get any complaints. I think that's what this industry is really lacking, some transparency and some honesty. And I think in this case, I've done my bit. Well, thank you once again for watching. Make sure you give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't done already. You can follow me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. I'll leave the link below. If you're interested in getting into the used car business, then check out my online course. I've created an online portal with nearly 100 videos which explain every single aspect of the used motor trade. Funding, branding, sourcing cars, preparing cars for sale, it's all there, so do check it out. And also, there's a free trial. It's free for 30 days and then £27 a month after that, and you can cancel at any time. So I'll leave the link below to the course in the video description. I'll also leave the link below to Car Vertical, so you can do your vehicle history check, and you'll get 10% off each and every check that you do. So yeah, cheers guys, I'll see you next time.